If you've been shopping for luxury homes in California or maybe in the Northeast, let me show you something that might completely change your perspective. Because right here in Conyers, Georgia, what you can get for under $1 million is going to look very different from what you're used to. And the surprising part, it's not just about the house, it's about the lifestyle that comes with it. So today, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about moving to Conyers, who it's for, who it's not for, and why more high-income buyers are starting to take a serious look at this part of Metro Atlanta. I'm Ken Harper with the Crosspoint team here in Metro Atlanta. I've spent decades working in new construction and helping buyers relocate into this market. And one thing I can tell you is this: not all areas of Atlanta are created equal. And once you understand where Conyers fits into the bigger picture, you'll start to see why it's becoming a very strategic choice, especially for buyers coming from high-cost regions. So let's start with the biggest reason why luxury clients are choosing Conyers, and that's going to be value. Now, the first thing you need to understand, Metro Atlanta as a whole offers a lot of great luxury value compared to markets like California, New York, or the DC area. And you've got a ton of areas to choose from. But here's where things get interesting. When your buyers start narrowing down that search, a lot of them are landing on Conyers, and it's not by accident. Let me give you a real-world example. So in Conyers, you can spend under $1 million and realistically build a 4,500 square foot home with four sides brick construction, luxury features inside and out, on a full unfinished basement, all sitting on more than an acre of land. So let's move around Atlanta and look at new construction at that price point in other cities. In Newnan, for example, we find a home that's under 3,600 square foot with no basement. In Snellville, you get a similar sized home. You can also get the four sides brick construction, but without the basement on a half-acre lot. And in Cumming, that price gets you under 3,600 square foot, no basement, and only a third-acre home site. So what do we have to pay to match this home from Conyers? How about $1.3 million in Beaufort and $1.7 million in Flowery Branch? So what's going on here? Well, Conyers sits in a position where you still are within reach of Metro Atlanta, but you're not paying the premium of the more saturated luxury markets. That gap, that difference, is a huge opportunity. And if you're starting to look for what's available in that price range right now, or trying to compare areas, go ahead and reach out to us. We can walk you through exactly where the value is, and just as important, where it's not. Okay. Now let's shift into what it actually feels like to live here. Conyers is going to feel like a typical suburban Metro Atlanta town. The day-to-day conveniences are going to be grouped together, clustered close to the interstate exits, with feeder roads that travel deeper into the surrounding areas. But unlike most cities, Conyers is really compact. There's only 3 freeway exits, and they're all within about 3 miles of each other. That means that your grocery stores, retail, banking, and restaurants are all typically within 5 to 10 minutes. That's a big deal. You're not driving 25 minutes just to run errands, so life here is pretty efficient. When it comes down to dining and entertainment, this is where expectations matter. So for casual dining, local restaurants and coffee shops, you've got some solid options right here. But if you're looking for high-end dining, upscale nightlife, or premium retail experiences, you're going to be heading to Atlanta or even to Decatur. That's a 25 to 45 minute trip. That's a night out. It's not a daily habit. So if you're looking for that level of luxury lifestyle, Conyers may not be the right fit for you. Once you've got the day-to-day conveniences dialed in, the next question becomes, what does your lifestyle actually look like outside of the house? So outdoor life starts with a trail system anchored around the Monastery of the Holy Spirit. This connects into the broader Arabian Mountain Path network, which is over 30 miles of paved trail. So if you're into long-distance walking, cycling, or running, you've got a legitimate system, not just a neighborhood loop. That's also layered in with the Rockdale River Trail, which gives you a more scenic, slightly more rugged ride through wooded areas. Next, you've got one of the most unique features in Metro Atlanta, the Georgia International Horse Park. This was built for the 1996 Olympics, and it's still a major outdoor hub. There's over 15 miles of trails, including the original Olympic mountain biking course, and access to the Big Haynes Nature Trail, which is a 5-mile loop through wetlands and forested areas. The horse park also is a place for larger community events like the annual Cherry Blossom Festival. If you want water and a quieter setting, you've got Black Shoals Park. This 650-acre lake features kayaking, canoeing, fishing, wooded trails, and a very calm, less crowded environment. So it's more of a getaway for a few hours type of place. And then for everyday use, you've got Johnson Park behind me. There's over 100 acres here, and it's built for real daily use. There's an indoor rec center with a pool and a gym. You've got tennis courts, playground for the kids, a dog park, even a 1-mile fitness loop, and it connects to the regional trail system. So here's the big picture. You're not just buying a house here, you're buying into space and into access and a lifestyle that supports being outside. For a lot of buyers coming from higher density markets, that's a major upgrade. So now that you understand what day-to-day life looks like and what you can actually do here, let's talk about how this area connects back to Atlanta and what that means for your commute. There's no getting around a major fact of life for most people in Atlanta. Commute time will eat up much more of your week here than in most parts of the country. And it's not about the distance from work, it's going to be about the time. So Conyers sits along the I-20 East corridor, which gives you a direct route into the city. From this area, you're typically looking at about a 30 to 45-minute commute to downtown, depending on traffic. It's going to be another 45 minutes to an hour to reach your major job centers around Decatur, and the airport's about a 35 to 45-minute drive. So obviously where you work is going to make a big difference. So if it looks like you're more than an hour away from your job, Conyers may not be a viable option for you. So when you put all this together, the reason luxury buyers are choosing Conyers becomes crystal clear. The value here for the price is arguably the best in Metro Atlanta. With that savings and the extra space, you can add meaningful upgrades like finished basements and outdoor living areas. Conyers also fits in comfortably with the other typical Atlanta markets. You've got everything you need to meet your day-to-day needs here, and the area offers a wide variety of outdoor activities. You also have great access to downtown Atlanta and the airport when you need it. So this is not a compromise market, this is a strategic choice. If you're thinking about making a move to Conyers or anywhere in Metro Atlanta, go ahead and reach out. There's a right way and a wrong way to approach this market. Different areas, different builders, definitely different price points. And those differences matter, especially in the luxury market. So we help our clients structure the deal, understand their options, and make sure that they're getting the best possible value. And if you've got questions, drop them in the comments. And if you're a local, I'd love to hear what you think about Conyers. If you're relocating, we'll help you make the right move. Thanks for watching.